The new Parkway Theater, where good food, diverse entertainment, and community create a place for everyone. For showtimes and special events, check out www.thenewparkway.com.
You are listening to High School 510, where sports and comedy remain some culture.
That hopefully our taxes are going to go towards things that actually aren't just for the prison military industrial complex, right? It's going to go towards shit that's going to reinforce our communities and our society and our education system. So,
Yang Gang.
shout out to Yang Gang, man. Come back and re-enter, man.
Man, pay your staff first. Pay them the service package you offer them.
I'm
supposed to get my $1,000. You can't pay them $300.
I want Yang Gang just to send Aaron one of them fake checks, like it's printed out on one of the nightclub flyers.
Yeah.
Just to see if Aaron has a hard time changing his vote from Yang.
Send me one of them big checks. He could have sent me one of them big checks, you know, them big publishing clearance house checks.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
That's real big. He could send me one of those and he would have had my vote.
Shit. All right. Well, should we start the show?
Yeah. Oh, shit. We ain't started yet? Felt like I've been doing this show for 2 days.
And so, like you saw him from basically 17 to 42.
Well, he's
like,
basically my age, too,
yeah.
so I didn't see him in the same way. It's like most people who were on the show were younger, so they saw him like more of a look up. For me, it was like someone that was my age.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, no, and that part I was sad. And that's the thing I keep saying. I was saddened by it. Jarrett was with me when we found out. He knows I was sad. He saw the mood of somber. But then it just turns in, when it comes to celebrity, it turns into overkill for me. And it's like...
Yeah. That's how they do.
Well, yeah, then you feel like you were, like some people feel closer to them after they died. Like,
Yeah.
Like, you never said anything.
Well, you see, Brendan didn't notice, and I said, dude, my own family got mad at me because they were really going overboard with it. And I said, look, nobody in that chopper was named Grayson. And one sister called me my mom, which is the ultimate insult when it comes to like feelings and apathy. Any way to hurt someone in my family is you call them my mom. And it's not that my mom's not. I seen her cry at a funeral, a couple of them before, right? And one of them I was shocked at who she cried for. It was my sister Sean's mom. Yeah. And that one shocked me. And I was like, oh, she does have a heart, right? But it's just that my mom's just one of those people that she goes straight to business. It's like, okay, we're going to grieve. It's okay to cry, grieve, and then let's go to business. And I'm more like her in that way. And like I said, I'm not as empathetic as others, so I do understand that part of your childhood. And I try not to take people's experience from it. Right. You know, their experience is their experience. And so that's why I just chose to be quiet at times, because I don't want to remove, and I'm worried that if I say something, I'm going to be less apathetic and, you know.
Like I told you like a few weeks ago, man, my friend died, and then like people like on Instagram talking about how he loved hot Cheetos, and I'm like, dude, like why?
He was more than hot Cheeto lover.
Right. Like, he had a job, like he had a family.
Yeah. I mean, and you know, but that's the thing.
He enjoyed crocheting.
And here's and I do empathize. You know, when friends of mine or someone like one of who are in my circle and my loved ones lose one of their like close loved ones, I feel that, and I feel that one is what really hits me. It's when something like that happened. You know.
You know, I sometimes be in the gym and I just think about like the levels and layers of things and how there's so many, you know, lines of correlation or, you know, common themes in our lives and the way we live and the way we experience, yet everything is still its own unique, singular variable. Similar to what Brandon was talking about, like, you know, somebody dies and like how that takes away from a part of your formation or something that was valuable to you in your formative years. It is something that I don't think enough people think about on a, not necessarily a daily basis, but something to reflect about on a interval basis to, like, you know, reset yourself, understand yourself and your placement in the world, others' placements potentially, other people's perspectives or experiences in the world, and how to know if you are truly righteous and right in what you are doing, or where maybe you can, you know, adapt and improve yourself.
Yeah, man.
Brandon over here looking real clean. Got a fade, looking over here like Israel Adesanya.
You find a new barber? I mean, you and the barber shops are just...
Yeah, man, you over here. Hey, you at that barber shop that Elizabeth Warren, all the brothers was talking to Elizabeth Warren about? That's what you look
at that
like.
barber shop? You just sitting on the couch? You didn't see the text Jared said? I know he says a lot.
Shout out to Frederick, whatever his name is on Twitter, for being a cornball brother.
Dude, please send that picture of Brandon again, Jared.
Oh, Jesus, I gotta find it.
I think the one you're talking about where they're all sitting in like...
They're all sitting there and you see like the jerseys that don't make sense on the wall.
Jerseys, like, DVD covers all over the place.
And then a picture of some girl that looked like she took a selfie and they printed it out.
Yeah, dude, it was ridiculous. I was like, what is this?
That's where Brandon got faded up at, the Elizabeth Warren barbershop.
That's a real barbershop, man. You look like Israel Adesanya out here.
Dude was wearing a buttoned-up shirt and tie, cutting hair with no smock.
Dude, maybe that was the smock. Maybe the smock was supposed to look like a business.
It's a business attire.
I'm all about my business. That's
that dude's an intern for Elizabeth Warren's campaign. It's like, hey, get that black. We got a black intern in this town. Hey, we could use him.
And we got this other dude who's got a blue check mark on Twitter because he's willing to sell out. We can use him to just propagate this bullshit. Shout out to Elizabeth Warren sponsorship.
We all have the right to vote
Jamie
for
the
where
Wolf.
the fuck we want.
My whole thing is,
you want to vote for Jamie the Wolf? You want to vote for Hitler's ghost? You can.
Yeah, vote
That's
for
the point of democracy.
The main thing is vote, but
rock the vote.
Hold on.
But
I would like more informed votes.
Yeah, informed votes, please. Yeah, I don't want.
Even if you're not informed, it's your right to vote.
You know, I hate
to say.
The crazy thing is though, so Elizabeth Warren came out and she's like, super PACs gotta end. She's like, went on Twitter, I will not take a penny from any super PACs, blah, blah. Super PACs need to end, and we need to get rid of them out of the political process.
Right.
Chris Hayes or whatever, that dorky hipster-looking dude with glasses who has a political TV show, had her on. He's like, so, Elizabeth, you came out and said this about super PACs and da-da-da-da, and it looks like you're taking over $9 million from a super PAC, and do you know who these people that are investing in the super PAC are? And she's like, well, basically to paraphrase her, from the video I saw, which was edited, so it could have been edited to make her look bad, but she basically said, I said that, meaning that we all need to, if all the candidates in the Democratic Party are not going to take super PAC money, and Bloomberg with his unlimited resources decides to, put a cap on himself, you know what I'm saying, then I'll also not take any super PAC money. But nobody has agreed to not take super PAC money, so basically I'm taking super PAC money because nobody else has come up and said they won't take super PAC money. So she's basically trying to guise it as, to compete. She's going to take super PAC money right now, or whenever. She's going to take that super PAC money, even though she came out and made a bold statement saying she wouldn't take any super PAC money.
Right, like that's the only way she could compete.
She got to compete. She got to take money. And I don't have a problem with her being a hypocrite about it, because I think we all say things, and then once we get in the thick of it, shit changes. Like, I could say one thing, and then once I'm in the middle of something, like, oh, fuck, this is not going to work. But everybody has the right to walk back some of the things they say. We can't be held to it like it's the Bible. I
don't mind, but when it comes to being somebody who's going to flip-flop, like she switched parties, and I'm not saying that she can't progress and become more progressive and grow as a person. That's fair and fine. But if you're trying to be the leader of the free world, as people like to say, if you're trying to be the president of the United States, you don't say, hey, well, nobody else agreed to do this, so I'm not going to do it, and I'm just going to do what everybody else does until enough people say, hey, let's do this, and then I'm in on it, and I'll be your leader. I'm down to be the leader of the president of the United States of America. I will lead you people as long as everyone else is going to do the same thing, and I can jump on that. Like, it's like, no, you don't jump on a bandwagon to be a leader. You set by example. Like, if she was going to set an example, if you're going to come out and make a bold, like, she shouldn't have said that in the first place. She should have said, super PAC money is a problem, and we need to really consider getting rid of it. Don't come out and say, I'm not taking a penny of any super PAC money and super PAC funding, and then a few months later be like, well, nobody else agreed to not take super PAC money, so now I'm going to do it.
I agree.
So she sounds exactly like Miguel Tejada, Alex Rodriguez. Hey, man,
so she sounds like the normal everyday man of America.
Hey, man, other people were doing it. It's the only way I could compete to stay on top of my game.
You know what, though?
Like those people with those new Nike shoes.
I mean, we can say
breaking all these world records, wearing these like crazy,
those foam ass
crazy shoes. Like if you start to see other people, like I don't have a chance to win.
You have
today.
like no impact on your.
I guess
joints.
I might have to get these shoes.
Dude, I thought about getting shoes. I was like, I just want to wear them. Shit, if they help these motherfuckers wear marathons, can they help my joints walking up and down the stairs at work?
I'm down with that.
You need those Joe Montana Skechers.
Come on,
Come on, bro.
I need
With
one
the
of them
curve
Jerry,
on the heel, so
I need one of them Jerry
roll.
Rice's and Brett Favre copper knee braces.
You need one of them helmets Jerry Rice was wearing for them Popeyes commercials. That's
Come
what you
on.
do need. Coon ass nigga.
No, I understand what you're saying about Elizabeth Warren and Jerry, but I mean it's politics, man. They all flip flop. We could, if someone looks in, and
know
I'm not
what?
saying who I'm
Yeah.
voting for. I might be voting for Bernie. I might not. I haven't decided. I got 2 days. Depends on if that Elizabeth Warren fleshlight come in time.
You got to test her out, see how it
Test
feels.
it out, see how
You
it
dirty
feel.
fucker.
If it feel good, then she might get my vote. But I mean, Bernie did the same thing on gun control. I mean, this is what politics is about.
Mm-hmm.
This is what being a human is about. Yes, you are right. I do agree with you. She did kind of flip kind of fast and hard, and she shouldn't have came out and made a statement. I mean, but you know that's what some people do.
See,
Just don't be no Bernie bro, Jared. That's all I ask.
I'm not a Bernie bro.
A lot of these Bernie bros are real bros.
Yeah, well, the thing is
Real bros.
Well, it's
Bernie
funny.
bros have gotten to a point where I'm kind of shocked. Like I've never seen, especially Democrats party, you know, people or supporters really be as hard as Bernie bros are right now. Like I'm like, damn. Like people been in my face with shit on my block. I'm like, hey man, you voting for Bernie Sanders? Someone asked me that. The next thing I know, there's a fucking sign on my door, on the front door. I'm like, I ain't, what the fuck, man? Do you know what block we live on? How about putting this sign up, using the sign to pick up some of this shit off the ground? Not because I'm not shitting on Bernie Sanders. I just need this shit to be off the ground so
Well,
I don't step in
they
it.
gave you some new material to put over that dog shit. You need
You're
to.
right about that.
My
Maybe.
thing is like he hasn't changed his stance on many of the core fundamental values that would positively affect a lot of people that look like us, and a lot of people that we know that look like us or have lived a similar struggle as us.
I just think people go real far. Like, man, Bernie's gonna do more for our people than a lot of others. I mean, Clinton did a lot. He'll do as much as he can. He'll get in that office and they'll show him what happened when they take his ass on a ride through Dallas. They'll
Maybe.
start walking back some of them things.
Maybe, you never know. The deep state is real, and so that is problematic. But you have people who are engaged, people who are passionate about a movement. Does it deserve scrutiny? Yes, as any major thing does, because you don't want to just jump on something and be cool with it. But the people that are being fervent about this, people that are engaged politically, all right, and are excited and are like stepping out in the grassroots movement, are people that are trying to fight for people to have free healthcare and free education, higher level education, to provide affordable housing, all these things that a lot of people, including ourselves, would definitely get down with. So I'm like, it's not as much as, the tactfulness. Some of them can be bro-ish. Some of them can sound like assholes or come off pretentious because they feel so righteous about it. And I get that. I've seen movements where people are righteous about subjugating people to being lesser than.
Bernie bros have a name, but people who are assholes are just gonna be assholes no matter who they
Well,
support.
trust me, I want whoever can beat our current president, too.
yeah.
That's also a thought in my head. But I just, like I said, I just never been, I feel like harassed. And
Yeah.
that's the words I'm using, harassed. It's my 7th president voting for it, and I never felt that way
But like I
before.
told you, it's a sign of times, but it's also a sign of all. But another way that's a sign of times, like people don't know really how to like approach people about that kind of conversation, right? Like, oh hey, how you doing? Hey, who do you think you're gonna vote for? Like that's not an invasive question.
No,
If you say like, oh, you need
I'm
to
fine
do
with
this for
I'm
this.
fine with you asking that question, and it's
Right.
my right
Yeah.
to not answer.
No.
But I don't feel like that. I feel like people are like telling me who to vote for when it comes to Bernie. It's like, come on, man, you know you're gonna vote for Bernie.
I do agree. Bernie Sanders is not going to cure white privilege. So it's like he's not going to cure privilege. But to see so many, at least young white woke people or people who want to be more with the times and accepting things that are going to benefit a lot of people of color in a way that I haven't seen or heard of in a very long time or read about ever to this degree, then I'm like, I'm good with that. Yes, they can be obnoxious sometimes. I've seen some people who are very adamant about it. My main thing is that people are engaged in a way and they're fervent about something which I feel is going to be for the greater good. So that's why I'm like, I just want more people, especially people of color, because Warren and Bloomberg and Biden have all been trying to, placate to the black, pulling old
Elizabeth Warren been
political
that far?
tricks, but old political tricks just to get the black vote,
Are you sure? Because I saw her at a barbershop, the one Brandon was at.
She set up a barbershop for brothers to get their
So
hair
brothers
cut.
get their hair cut. They probably didn't even have to pay that much.
I didn't see a cash register, so they must not have been taking money.
I see a tip jar. Hey,
Couches in
Hey,
like
I tell
the
you what,
atrium of a subway.
some brothers probably went home with a lot of bumps on the back of their neck because I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I didn't see none of that green stuff
I didn't see
either.
none of the alcohol
None of the
rubs.
alcohol wipes, nothing.
That was the worst barbershop I've ever seen in my life.
She want the black vote, but she gonna fuck up the back of your head for it.
I seen a Dasani bottle, a Coca-Cola bottle, and some Clorox spray next to a microwave, and that was it. And the mirror was on the ground.
The only thing that can make that legit is like they had prices for the Dasani and the Coca-Cola. And I would really believe it's a barbershop.
Yeah, because they gonna charge you for that one. You want some water? They ask if you want some water, then they tell you the price after they put it in your hand.
His name was Frederick Joseph. Shout out to Frederick Joseph. Joseph, come on our show. We'd love to talk to you about why you support Bernie. I mean, why you don't support Bernie, you support Warren, and why you were in them barbershops. They were in South Carolina though, so it could be real.
Well, and the crazy thing about all this political, like I've been like on Twitter recently, and I don't know why I get into all these arguments online now. It's probably because like I need an outlet. All this information I'm taking in politically, I need to talk to somebody about it. Mm-hmm. No, and like it's very easy to get called Bernie, bro. Just be like, hey man, I think healthcare is important.
Yeah, it is.
I think figuring out a way to pay for college, like for most people, is kind of a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then like immediately, like dude, that was so like somebody I follow on Facebook posted like, hey, like I'm voting for Trump, right? He's not, and they're like fairly well off. He's like, oh, he's not trying to like tax me at 70%. I was like, you think anybody's actually going to tax you at like 70%?
Yeah, 70%.
Like actually get that passed.
I tell you what, nobody gonna work those jobs. They get taxed 70%.
Yeah, it's like I might as well work at McDonald's.
I might as well take it easy. Give me a job at Safeway. Show up half the time.
I work minimum wage and make almost the same amount.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch over the self checkouts at Target. I make the same amount of money.
Well, let's start the show. Brandon, I need a letter.
Let's do H.
Heathens, haberdasheries, hemoglobin,
Hair hat.
Huang Tra,
Whey protein.
white women.
Both of you used a W. 2 in a row.
I did the Korean, man. Whey. The Vietnamese. Whey.
Hung hand jobs, heroing, heartfelt,
Hornet hairnet hoppers. Husky hemp huggers.
Habib Nurmagomedov. Habib Nurmagomedov. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the High Score 510 podcast. You can catch us at highscore510.com. Also, you can tap in with us at highscore510 on Twitter, Instagram, and the YouTube. You can also mail us topics or questions or shout-outs at our Gmail account, our fan mail account. It's at highscore510.fans@gmail.com. And tap in with us, send us a message, and we will promptly respond in due time. We are here with...
This is Aaron Grayson coming at you faster than Flavor Flav, giving Bernie, serving him an injunction to stop playing his song during his campaign. And he wrote a personal letter. Bernie, man, just don't do that. Because he know Flav got to get paid. He just had a kid at 60.
First of all, I didn't know that Flavor Flav had lawyers on retainer like that.
Man, Flav, man. He had the lawyers draft the letter and then wrote personally with the marker on it. I was like, man, Flav, man, he could send down a Post-it note.
What's going to happen is somebody going to get pregnant.
You fucking with Flavor Flav, you are going to get pregnant. Like I said, he at 60, he had a kid.
Man, because if you're fucking with Flavor Flav, you're definitely not wearing a condom.
You're definitely not thinking with enough foresight.
You're not thinking long term.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Foofy. And we are also here with...
This is Brandon, a.k.a. Taco Pablo. Hopefully Jared got my soundbite ready.
Fun to do bad things, to drive into a car.
So did you know that you could perhaps kill somebody?
Yes, but I wanted to do hood rat stuff with my friend.
That's why I come here. I just come here to do hood rat stuff with my friends. That's why I'm here.
That's exactly what you're doing.
That's what you're doing, Brandon.
You know he's in jail?
He's in jail now?
I looked up, I was like, where is he right now? And then all of a sudden I see a Dade County correctional thing.
I started watching this video where it's
armed robbery.
It starts following like him because he was on Judge Judy and Tosh.0 and shit like that, and he became like kind of like a little star. But I didn't finish it. But they said Palm Beach County, and I was like, oh shit, he is from Florida. That makes sense.
Yep.
Because he beat up his grandma over chicken wings. I thought the Boondocks did that as a joke. But that shit really happened.
That really happened.
I was like, oh fuck, dude. It was like ignorance starts young in Florida, I guess.
Man.
Shout out to Florida sponsorship.
Challenge.
And my name is DJartt, aka DJartt, with 2 T's for a double dose of that tink tink. The D is silent, so it's just Jart.
Hey, drink booty sweat, baby. Drink booty sweat.
Well, let's get into some news. Some news. In the news this week, Chicago schools, the Chicago public school districts, has decided to move away from Columbus Day and turn it into Indigenous Peoples Day. Some might take this as a progressive change for the good. Others, including a couple Italian-American aldermen on the city council, have taken great offense to this and say that they're ready to go to war to defend Columbus Day.
Who fucking cares?
For the
He was good at
Spanish.
spreading syphilis. That's what it's good for. We should call it National Syphilis Day.
You know what?
National White Man.
You know, so it was
Spread syphilis and cholera.
the main council member, the alderman, was Nick Sposato, and he said he's ready to go for war against CPS. Go ahead and have your damn Indigenous Peoples Day, he said. Just not on Columbus Day. He wanted to say he found America. You know how many people were on those 3 ships that he came with? 90. You think he could do all those bad things they're claiming he did with only 90 people?
If the coronavirus could spread as faster, I'm sure Columbus and those 90 could spread syphilis and cholera just as fast. And all the rats they had aboard those fucking ships. Like, hey, man, that's been an asshole about it. Like,
yeah,
you go ahead and take your damn day.
Yeah.
I'm giving it to you. Just when just not on this day.
Just not on this day. You're not allowed to have it on this day.
Not on this day. No, not this day. I eat salami.
On this sacred,
which is crazy. What city?
Made up day.
What city was that again?
This is Chicago.
God damn. You know the first state to celebrate Columbus Indigenous People Day?
Oh.
South Dakota.
Oh.
1990, first state to celebrate it because they made agreement with the tribes there, and that was part of the agreement that they would. And they took away that day, and then Berkeley became the first city to jettison the Columbus Day name.
You know, because we were talking about like things that are important to your formation as a person, so I understand why they would be frustrated because Columbus Day, what you were taught as a kid, you know, what I was taught as a kid is, you know, I was singing fucking songs in chorus class at elementary school talking about 1492 Columbus sailed the ocean blue. It was a courageous thing to do, but somebody was already there. He discovered this, right?
Understand, like, Italians don't have a lot of things to hang their hat on.
What are you talking about? They got all the gangster movies.
Exactly.
They got all the shitty ass mafia movies.
They got Sylvester Stallone, Rocky, which is exactly Sylvester Stallone.
Which is they got a boxing Hall of Fame
They got
movie.
pizza, but then you got keto diet and you got all these low carb options now.
Well, then you got Chicago pizza and New York style that are so different that kind of blow. I've eaten pizza in Italy, loved it, but Chicago deep dish blows it away.
Yeah, deep dish is good.
So America took that and bastardized it and made it better.
Right.
And then you got Taco Bell, got the Mexican pizza, so keep going.
Exactly, right? You think about the things you do in Italy, right? You think about, you used to go see Rome, but they don't really associate that with the Italian people. It's like, oh, those were the Romans, right?
Yeah,
you go see the Roman ruins. You know,
Yeah.
I associate that more with Joaquin Phoenix and Russell Crowe than I do any Italian person I know.
And then you're right. And then you got Venice, which is sinking and fucked up, and they're trying to beg tourists to not come.
Wait, that's in Italy? I thought that was on a beach in L.A.
Exactly.
Exactly. The better one is because the one I went to, I got fucking detained. The one in Italy, I got fucking detained because the motherfucker didn't have a bus ticket. You detained me for a fucking 90 cents. It took me to the police station.
They probably thought you was Eastern African.
And then you know what he told me? He told me, he said it's going to be worse for you because I wouldn't pay it. He issued me a ticket. And I'm like, dude, I'm not paying it. He was like, we got your passport, wrote it down. We're gonna send a ticket to the embassy. And my exact words to him, this is no lie. I doubt you guys are organized enough to be able to contact the embassy and to get that ticket to me when I'm in America. And walk the fuck out. I talk shit the whole time. My entertainment could have ended early, but fuck them. Fuck Columbus Day.
Well, you know, I feel
Man, even in Italy,
they don't get no respect.
We get fucked up. That's what I'm saying. So
hopping on turnstiles.
fuck Chicago and Columbus Day.
You know what? I do understand why people don't want it to be taken down or they don't want to
Take
change.
it down. He didn't even make it to America.
You know, he made it to the islands. But the story that's been told and then what's been manufactured has made people believe things so strongly.
You know what I'm doing?
saying?
I'm fighting
But
to change it to Amerigo Vespucci Day.
America,
Because he at least made it to Americas. Columbus didn't make it, man.
you know what? Because America
He
was,
spread all his syphilis in Dominican and shit, dude.
America was named after the navigator that was with Columbus. Something America.
Yeah, that dude actually knew what the fuck he was doing. Because he knew. He was like, man, America over there, Columbus, you not there, dude.
You're not there yet.
And Columbus too busy. Like, well, I'm going to go out here and sleep with a couple of these natives.
I mean, I don't know if he slept with them or if he took them by force.
Probably by force, but you know, I'm gonna be real, you know, to support this Chicago politician. You know, I don't want to put Columbus' name in vain, you know, just because he was a disease-ridden degenerate.
You know, yeah, he was not a great person. There was a History Channel show where they were trying to figure out if he was also this other pirate that was like kind of notorious back in the day, but they couldn't quite connect all the dots.
I don't think so, because I hold pirates in higher regard because they actually did work.
Shit, man.
Book of the Pepper. Hey.
What, have you? I was reading this book, The Empire of the Sun Moon, and like you realize like how violent like Native American people were back then, man. Like they would do like crazy shit to each other.
I mean, it was harsh. They live in.
Just to prove a point.
They live in.
Yeah. Are you watching that bigot named Mel Gibson's movie?
Probably was. You probably watching that.
I mean, Apocalypto.
Jaguar Part. You was watching Jaguar Part and Apocalypto.
That was a tight movie.
That was a tight movie. It was a tight movie, but it also like was probably not quite culturally sensitive.
It wasn't
nor
at all, man.
And yeah, like there was some like wars going on between them, but like they wiped out so much of that history. They could say whatever they want about those motherfuckers.
They didn't even go into like the history of how advanced that culture was. They went straight into a sacrifice. All men is an eclipse. We just
now we just gonna kill some bitches.
We gonna kill people for 3 hours.
Yeah.
In the news today, in like some school in Utah, middle school. So me and my wife were talking about this a little bit today. You can't say no at a school dance. Like if somebody asks you to dance, you gotta dance with them. Like it's no longer allowed.
That's how you keep polygamy alive.
Yeah, that's how you.
If all the women say no, then it don't exist.
That's how. Yeah, that's it. Hey, will you marry me? Can't say no.
Can't say no. Already got 2 wives.
I
had 3 more.
I asked you first.
I beat him to it. I heard he was coming over.
Statute of limitations says you only gotta be 13.
Yeah, with parent permission.
Shout out to Utah sponsorship. Y'all got some weird shit going on.
Shout out to Big Love.
And my wife surprised me. She was like, I'm supportive of that. She don't want people to feel left out at the dance. Like you be the one kid that don't get to dance with nobody. I was like, I see that. But then I also see like, hey, like if I don't want to dance with you, maybe you didn't take a shower for the last 3 days. I don't want to be all next to you.
See, that's almost a violation of the rights of you as the other person. See, that's thinking too ahead. You know, your wife is like, oh, well, I feel bad. You know, everyone should dance. But then what about the person that really doesn't want to dance with that person?
Yeah.
Like, that's violating them.
I'm down with that law as long as they got to do the most Anglo Charleston dance ever. Doesn't matter what song is playing. They just got to get out there and just start waving their hands and kicking their feet side to side and doing the Charleston. If they do that every time, then I'm good with it. I will gladly watch a bunch of people in Utah do that shit. I'm gonna dance with you like Sylvester Stallone and Sandra Bullock and Demolition Man when they was fucking.
That's a question.
What's that?
Charleston.
The Charleston.
That old ass. The Carlton, you mean? That's a magic moment. Thank you. That's a magic moment. I just called it.
I said the Charleston.
Give me. No.
I said the Charleston.
No, you meant the Carlton, dude.
No,
magic moment
the
yourself.
Charleston. Look at the Charleston.
Man, magic moment. You was talking about Carlton.
No,
you said Will Smith.
The Carlton is this. The Charleston is.
You said Alfonso Ribeiro.
Look at the Charleston.
Magic moment, Jared.
No.
This magic moment.
No, I will not say the Charleston. The Charleston.
You said in between Carlton and Charleston.
Anyways, hey, I'm down with that as long as they do the Charleston uncomfortably, several feet apart from each other.
You ain't gonna be able to touch anybody with this coronavirus, man.
Yeah, it's a shout out sponsorship. Well, you know what? There's a lot of motherfuckers who didn't go to the dance because they knew that they didn't have a chance to dance with anybody they wanted to dance with, right?
Right.
So like, there's also
you go,
that.
you hang out. You just hang
You
out.
go hang
and be a
out.
wallflower.
When I went to my
There's
first-
a perk of being a wallflower.
There is. I went to my first dance in middle school. It was like it was at 3:45 p.m. in the afternoon on a Friday, and I saw so much bumping and grinding on the walls. I was shocked. I didn't know what to expect. I was a seventh grader. Got in there and I was like, oh my god, are they having sex on the wall? And some of the shit that was going on was definitely like way more advanced than what I was ready for when I went in there. It was some stank in the air. That's what I'm saying, Aaron. There was some stank going on in the air. They might as well have been,
like
these 7th and 8th graders might as well have been fucking on the dance floor. Which then I realized, oh, it's like I'm not in the minor leagues no more. This is like AAA ball. I'm getting ready to go to high school. I gotta start getting myself ready.
Like, for what I know about Jared, he was probably watching 16 Candles. He was probably watching
Welcome home, Roxy Carmichael.
Come on.
Don't talk about the Babysitter's Dead.
He's watching those movies and then go in and see
He's like,
that.
oh man, it's gonna be tight, man. I'm gonna catch eyes with the girl. And she's gonna,
The music don't slow down.
yeah, middle school.
Anyways, next bit of news is the stock market. The Dow Jones and several other stock markets are at an all-time low, and the main blame is due to the coronavirus. However, many stay-at-home stocks, as they call them, are up currently. Things like Peloton and Netflix and Hulu, things that you can watch and do at home in the confines of your own home, their stocks are up.
Man, Peloton with that shitty ass commercial. Pissing me off. They finally put a black guy in the commercial, and I'm like, yeah, man, he's doing it because they give you a month free. They put a black guy in, and it would be the month free one, where it's like, oh yeah, I got 30 days.
Yeah, you cheap nigga.
And he's sitting there talking to his daughter, like, yeah, I got to hit this and that. And I'm sitting there at the gym,
30 days.
like, man, this is some bullshit. He already in shape.
Did you see this on Black History Month too? Was it the Black History
yeah,
Month?
it was Black
so he only
History
got
Month.
29 days.
It was. But you're right, because I saw it. It was on Friday. It was the last time I saw it.
It's like, man, you get the lowest month. You get
He
the
got
free
the lowest
29
month. He had
days.
29 days, and he was already in shape. And I'm over here sweating and shit all hard, breathing hard on this damn elliptical, and this motherfucker already in shape. I gotta hit these. All right, we got 30 days. That's the reason why them stocks have.
So what's the thing about the Peloton though? Like, I'm really confused. Like, it's just an exercise bike.
It's an exercise bike, but it has like
a $60 a month subscription fee.
It basically has a nice high definition television on it, and it has a subscription fee a month, so you could go live or use a recorded version of. It's like you're being in the studio. I think it's bullshit too.
Yeah, like you're in a cycling class at the gym.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you. Soul Cycle in the house.
And you can choose the different instructors. There's like different instructors that you can choose from, and you can do your hour, 30-minute cycle.
Porn stars.
Ooh.
Can you connect with other riders?
You can now, so you can connect to it. So even if they went on another day, like you could see, like you guys could be on the same course, and you could see like their little avatar, Ghost Rider, or they're like pushing each other that way. They have the new one too, the Mirror. Is that the same company, the Mirror?
I have no idea.
It's a mirror that people do yoga in front of now.
That shit is weird.
That shit is weird. Connects to your house, but it's like a big TV screen. It's a mirror. It's a big TV screen. It can read your body shape, everything. The shit's ridiculous.
Hey, shout out to technology sponsorship.
Shout out to stay-at-home stocks, man. Netflix. I don't know how Netflix stock going up. They lost Friends. All of a sudden, I got people. I got HBO Max that I don't have. I'm like, they got some shitty movies on there.
They lost a bunch of the Disney.
They lost a bunch.
Marvel
They
and
keep
Disney
losing
content.
Disney and Marvel stuff.
Yeah, I was looking at Netflix and I was like, they prepared well for this because they got all the movies from like the late 80s through the 90s and early 2000s, all like those shitty to mediocre to like almost pretty good like movies, action movies. They started putting that out now, so I'm like, I can see Tremors 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. It's Tremors 1 and 2, I'm down with.
Yeah, they went out
3,
and
4,
got
and
all
5.
the B movies.
Yeah, they started bringing in a lot of
They
those
ain't got
kind
no
of.
black exploitation movies on it. That
Not
went to
anymore.
BET
No.
Plus.
They should.
They lost that to BET Plus.
Well, BET Plus is losing to everybody, so it don't really matter. They're gonna be selling. Man, we'll sell you these rights to these movies.
Where else you gonna be able to watch Sparks?
Man, I ain't trying to. I watched Sparks when it was out, and it was good enough then. I don't
I'm
need
trying to watch Sparks and that Patti LaBelle show out all night.
Aaron, quick question. Terrence Howard, nigga, Negro, or Necromancer?
Nigga, with a big AH at the end. That was just to let you guys know, when we played the Black History Month game that Jared had, one of the categories, it was titled nigga, Negro, or Necromancer. Now, Necromancer was a wild card, right? Basically, all he did was say a name, and you had to choose with that person a nigga. But the problem is he never explained it, so everybody else was lost. I had an idea where Jarrett was coming from, but it was funny because even though they didn't know, the one.
Wasn't he playing this game with like white people?
Dude, here's the crazy thing. So Jesus never said that.
So Aaron wrapped up.
Jesus would just only say Negro, right? He would say the Negro.
Negro
and Necromancer. He wouldn't say the first word until Jarrett said, which name?
Cardi B.
And that was the first time he said the N-word. It was like, it's funny how you avoided that word until Cardi B came up. He was like, her crazy ass. Yeah, that's part of the game that Jarrett did, Jason. He played the game with people to see how part of the game was to make them uncomfortable so they couldn't say the word. I don't mind when Puerto Ricans or Dominicans say the N-word, right? I don't have a problem with that. When J-Lo said the N-word, I didn't have a problem with that.
You're ever outside of Taco Sinaloa on 23rd and International, you'll hear all races say it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not talking about Bay Area Asians. Cambodians get a pass too.
That game was fun. We also had our white boy who was our...
We had our Vanna white boy.
Yeah, Vanna white boy.
He was the person that was taking the tags off and giving us our points and all that.
Assigning the points, so it was good.
And he never said a category name at all. He knew better.
Yeah,
he was good. He was good. Jared set up that game for everybody to be uncomfortable except me. No wonder I had 4,000 points. I actually had 5,000. I told you I got double Jeopardy wrong. I betted 1,000. I don't know why. I was trying to make it interesting.
Aaron was running away with the game. Jesus made it close.
He did make it closer.
A little closer. If Jesus had betted everything and Aaron had bet a little too much money in the Final Jeopardy, he would have lost.
I would have lost.